October of 2021, my home in Scottsdale, Arizona caught on fire, and I received a phone call from the fire marshal letting me know my home was ablaze. I was distraught, grief-stricken, and it was honestly one of the most painful days of my life. I had just purchased a home and a full remodel was completed not even a month prior to the home going up into flames. Thankfully, that day, I learned why a great homeowners insurance policy is a lifesaver, as all my expenses were covered, and the insurance agent really helped hold my hand to help calm the trauma. Here's everything you need to know about home insurance and why it's critical when buying your first property. First off, do you even need homeowners insurance? And if so, when in the house buying process do you buy it? While homeowners insurance isn't required to purchase a home, mortgage lenders will require you to get home insurance coverage before they agree to finance your home purchase. This protects their investment in case something happens to your home and gives an adequate safety net to ensure that you have money to get your home back into its original state. So here's everything you need to know about home insurance. Number one, what kind of home insurance will you need? Well, there's a ton of options to consider, but a solid homeowner's insurance policy will usually cover your house, this is dwelling insurance, and other structures on your property, such as detached garage or a storage shed, maybe even an ADU in the back. It should also cover your personal stuff, which we call contents in the insurance world. This is your couch, your expensive TVs, your bedroom furniture, your really expensive artwork. Another really important one to look at is additional living expense, which we call ALE. Now, don't skimp out on this. It's really important. Keep in mind, if something happens to your home, you're still on hook for the mortgage payments. And now you have to go and find somewhere to rent to live in, which could double your monthly home expense. When I had my fire, my insurance company paid the bill for the rental I stayed in through my ALE allowance, through something called the loss of use limit. So I could focus on paying my mortgage payments and not have to worry about tacking on rent on top of it. This is really important, so make sure you have sufficient amount of ALE coverage. Finally, a great insurance policy will have an allowance for legal bills. If a guest slips on your walkway, you could be held liable. In this case, insurance can help cover the related medical bills, your legal costs, and potential court awards up to the dollar limit determined in the policy. Generally, a typical homeowner's policy does not include coverage for earthquakes or flood. Depending on the location of your home, your lender may require you to buy insurance that covers loss caused by earthquake or flood. Now, I really recommend this if you're actually in a flood zone or a high earthquake area. Number two, how much homeowners insurance do I actually need? The amount of homeowners insurance you may need depends on the value of your home and your possessions. First, talk to your insurance agent about a recommended dollar amount that will cover the value of the structure of your home. But also, do your own research and crunch the numbers to determine how much it would cost to rebuild in your area. Make sure you're not underinsured. Trust me, I've heard horror stories of people trying to save a couple hundreds of dollars a year on insurance, and when tragedy strikes, they don't have adequate coverage. It could be the difference between paying $75,000 to $100,000 out of pocket to rebuild your home versus having insurance covered in your allowances. Take an inventory of your belongings to see if their value falls within the policy dollar limit for personal property, typically set at 50 to 70% of the amount of insurance on the dwelling. Consider getting replacement cost overage as well, which can pay the amount needed to replace your items rather than the actual cash value coverage. The Insurance Information Institute recommends you buy enough to cover your assets, or at least $300,000 to $500,000 worth of coverage for the average homeowner. Number three, when do I need to get homeowners insurance? It's a good idea to start shopping right around the time when you enter escrow on your property. This gives you enough time to compare rates and coverages and see what's suitable for you. Keep in mind to do some research on the company as well. Some may offer cheaper rates, but are notoriously tough to submit claims to for fair coverage when your disaster strikes. You'll typically need to prove at closing that you've paid the first full year of premiums on your homeowner's insurance before you get the keys to your home. We all want the keys to our home. Number four, how long does it take to get insurance? Getting a homeowner's insurance policy, it actually doesn't take that much time at all. Getting a quote typically takes just a few minutes. If you decide to move forward and you're in a hurry, you may be able to get a homeowner's insurance policy in a few hours, depending on the type of property you're looking to insure. Otherwise, it typically takes 1 to 3 days to get homeowner's insurance, unless the insurance company needs to come out and do their own inspection. Number five, what's the worst case scenario if I don't get insurance? Well, that one's easy. If you have a fire, flood, or any damage to your home, you're on the hook for covering all of it. My home in Scottsdale cost around $230,000 to repair, an additional $60,000 in ALE for the rental I stayed at, and an additional $35,000 for the contents and other fees. That would have been $325,000 I would have had to come up with on my own for a $650,000 home. I would have lost my entire investment. Moral of the story, get insurance and don't skimp out on the cost. Please subscribe and like this video for more future tips, and I look forward to seeing you next time.